there's an empty house beside my house. And it has a pretty big yard. The building is owned by PHA, or the PHA. The yard on the other side has an invasive tree in it, and it drops its seed pods all over this yard. I'm sure others too. It drops them in our yard. We're 2 doors away. We've had more control of pulling them out there. The PHA only comes and clears this yard out when we call and ask them to do it. So I've decided I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do one better. I want to plant raspberry bushes. I also got a Clarence blackberry bush, and then I'm going to plant those along the edges, the perimeter of the yard. And then I want to get a bunch of flowering native perennials that will be good for pollinators. This is a screw I found. So we've got a neighbor next door who is a slumlord, and they decide to dump all of their construction debris in this yard. So we've put a camera up so we have evidence that they do it if they do it again, and they can be stopped, because they won't be stopped without proof. But the camera seems to have deterred them. So we'll clear the debris out and get some native plants in here. So the other thing that's in here besides this invasive tree is a burdock. Like a lot of burdock. It's always getting on my gloves and my boots and my socks. I've worn because this is the second or third time I've come back here to like deal with some of this mess. So I try to wear some of my really old holy cotton socks. And I'll like just kind of throw them away when I'm done. I have too many socks right now anyway. So I'm using a spade for a lot of this because these plants have really deep roots, which is actually pretty good for the soil. Like it means everything's pretty loose. But these things can like re-sprout from the root, so I always try and dig up as much as I can if possible, because like the greens are really flimsy, so it's super easy to just pull the greens off, but they'll just resprout. So yeah, see that thing? And I like didn't get all of it, like some of it broke off in the ground, but everything's so big right now, it's like hard to see. And like the stuff that is deeper will take longer to grow back. And then when things grow back a little bit at a time, like they'll be easier to deal with, hopefully. And like I said, I want to get more plants in. So if there are other more tenacious plants providing cover, then it should be okay. So here I spotted a spotted lanternfly. Actually, took the time to kill it before I picked up these weeds. So the other thing I did here, you'll see I'm just pulling the greens and not digging them up anymore, and that's because I've gotten to this section that has like a lot of fresh debris down on it. It's got a combination of, there's like some wood. I found that screw earlier. I don't know if it's part of the same dumping or not. But it's also got a lot of this like plaster stuff, which has a lot of fine particles. And I would prefer not to work that into the soil. This yard has a cement patio as well. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'll get these greens out of the way, and then I'm gonna get a bucket. Oh yeah, this is the spotted lanternfly I killed. Yeah, I mean they're kind of pretty, but they want to destroy everything, so gotta get rid of them. But yeah, I want to get a bucket so I can shovel the plaster into a bucket, and then I will temporarily move it over to the concrete patio, where it can't leach into the soil quite as readily. At least it won't, or be like worked into the soil accidentally. And yeah, I'll just shovel it over to the concrete, and then like move it out like a little bit with the trash, so that we don't overwhelm the trash guys, and so it's not as heavy. And I don't know. I think it's just easier to move things a little at a time than to. I don't need. This is a side project. I don't need to go crazy with it. I don't know. I like to take care of my surroundings, I guess. I was talking to my aunt about it yesterday, talking about gardening and plants, and she was like, yeah, the soil will keep you sane. I feel like I'm just doing that. Well, I don't know. You guys will see my garden. But I kind of decided I have enough exotic plants that I was ready to get back, get some natives in the ground. We don't have a lot of wildlife here in the city, but I think it's good to take care of native pollinators.